of course I'm upset. It's more money. The price of Xbox now is how much I pay plus tax. So now with tax it's gonna go up to like $21, $22. And then at that point it just becomes like, is this even really worth me playing it for the amount of type of games that I've played? Like, I mean, yes, I enjoy EA games, so this is gonna like definitely take a hit.
What you were getting with Xbox Live was your online play and your free 3 games a month. But at least with Core, you're getting your online play, because it's basically what they're doing is they changed it into Game Pass, just not the full Game Pass. So now everything is Game Pass. It's not Xbox Live. It's not any of that. It's just all Game Pass. And when you have Game Pass, you have online, and then you have a small selection of games you could play.
Yo, yo, yo! What's going on? It's your boy mackyomo. I'm here with my good brothers. We got the razor sharp assassin with the clipper and Johnny B. We also got the black Kage, the hook Kake, aka salt and pepper Poppy Crispin. And Budman forward, Budman pull up. A Budman forward, Budman pull up. Blood and fire, yo yo. Semewa, wa Batman. Budman Shawny in the motherfucking building, and we are the Nerdy by Nature Boys. Welcome to episode 95. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure you comment under so you can talk some to us. You feel me? We here. All right. So we have a lot to discuss today. I'm gonna pass it over to John because I think we're doing the Xbox combo first. So let's get that one going.
Yeah. So Microsoft just announced that they're raising the price of Game Pass, right? Like, what else is new? Lots of companies have been raising their like streaming prices. Like, we've seen Netflix and Disney and Hulu and a bunch of other streaming platforms that have been raising their prices. I kind of categorize Game Pass like in there somewhere because you can stream games on Game Pass.
You like games as a service?
Yeah, games as a service kind of thing. And they're increasing it by like $2 to $3. It depends on which tier you're in, and a lot of people are kind of confused about like the Xbox Game Pass tiers. Recently, Xbox had did away with Xbox Live Gold, so I don't know if anybody remembers like Xbox Live, right? So
you needed to pay the monthly fee, and
in order for you to play games on Xbox Online, you would have to pay, like Shawny said, you would have to pay for their online multiplayer service, which was Xbox Live. And then eventually they made like a premium version of this service, which was Xbox Live Gold. You got your online, and then every month they gave you like 3 games for free to keep, like they were just in your library, that you had to go and download, but they could be a part of your library. But with Game Pass, that's a whole like service. So you go into the Game Pass and you can play from whatever is available at that time. You can just go in and play. You don't own it, so some of those games can disappear off the service, but you can go in and play them. So what they're basically doing is giving players 3 different ways to play games on Game Pass. So if you were a Game Pass Ultimate subscriber, see, we're that's at the end of the list. All right, so we'll start with Core. I'll start from the bottom. So Game Pass Core, let me make my screen bigger. Yay. Okay, so Game Pass Core, as it says up at the top, is $9.99 a month, but it's going to be the most limited one. So basically the main thing to focus on is that you're not going to get a lot of the perks like day one. So if you're looking to play games the day they come out on Game Pass, you're going to need Game Pass Ultimate for that. So if you just want the ability to play online with a small category of games that you can play from and have access to, I guess, like, their Game Pass deals and stuff, because there's always like a page of extra deals you get when you're a Game Pass subscriber. That's basically all you get for $9.99 a month. If you upgrade to Game Pass Standard, which is $14.99 a month, you still don't have access to the day one games, like a day when Indiana Jones comes out and everybody's going nuts to play Indiana Jones. Like when that game comes out, Game Pass Ultimate subscribers can play it that same day, but the Game Pass Standard and Core subscribers will not have access to it until they release it later on. But if you are in Standard, then you get access to the rest of the games that are on the Game Pass catalog. You just won't be able to play the stuff that comes out day one. But when you have Game Pass Ultimate, which is now $19.99 a month, and all of these price changes happen in September. So if you're paying for Game Pass Ultimate and you're paying $19.99 a month, you get everything that their service offers. So whenever games that come out from Xbox first party studios, those games will drop the day they come out. They'll be available for you to play because you subscribe. You don't have to buy the games. It's not a free trial. It's not like a short period of time that you get to play the game for like 24 hours or 1 week or something like that. Like Nintendo does like weekly trials. I know Sony does like 24 or 48 hour game trials or something like that. But this version, the game is just yours to play. So you get other perks, like if you have Ultimate, you're able to stream your games through the cloud. You're able to use Game Pass's cloud service, so you could play game streaming on a computer, on a phone, on a tablet, wherever you want to stream, or on a TV. If you have like now they announced that you can download Game Pass to Amazon Fire TV sticks, the 4K Max ones, the new ones. They will be able to handle Game Pass. So you could stream your games on your Amazon stick. And then Game Pass Ultimate comes with EA Play. So if you like EA games and anything that EA would put on their service, because they have their own separate service, it's bundled into Game Pass. So that's how I feel like a lot of people play those EA titles. That's how me and Macky play like those Jedi titles when they released the Star Wars stuff. That's how I played Fallen Order. That's how I plan to play Survivor. And then you get like the other games. Madden goes up there, and
FIFA,
2K after a while. FC.
2K is not EA.
Oh yeah, 2K is its own thing. Yeah,
2K is 2K.
Yeah,
EFC, which is the soccer game, goes on EA Play.
Goes on EA. That was what I was thinking of. Excuse me. But yeah, those are just some examples of stuff that you'll find from there, and that just comes with your subscription. But if you're just like a PC gamer, like if you don't have an Xbox, don't really give a shit about an Xbox, and just kind of want to have a library of stuff that you don't have to buy individually, then you could do PC Game Pass, and that's going to be $11.99 a month. That's a price increase from $9.99. So it's only $2 more. Like Game Pass Ultimate was $16.99 and now it's $19.99. So basically, like they're not huge increases, but it adds up over time. And when you play on PC, you are a little limited. They're who froze? I froze or Macky froze?
You froze.
But you're good now.
Because it didn't look that way on my end. But yeah, so you are a little limited. Like you're not going to be able to like have access to all the games that are available like on console. Like there are some games that are only available on PC, and those games are on PC Game Pass. Then there's some games that you can only play on console. They're not on PC. So there's like a give or take. I personally subscribe to Game Pass Ultimate. I have been subscribed since like I bought my Xbox, and my Xbox is just usually where I play games, and I like the ability to download a game. If I don't like it, just totally delete it and move on to something new. And I like the versatility of being able to play on the computer now that I have like a new Xbox controller that makes that transition kind of easier. But if you're someone that like you're just looking for online play, like you have the games that you play, I feel like this change is interesting and might be better in some ways than the old setup. But before I give my opinion, I just spoke a lot. Let's hear what everybody has to say about this information just off the rip.
I'll start.
I mean, all right.
Go for it.
Nah,
You're an Xbox gamer. Stop playing.
Yes, I am. For the most part, anyway. Of course, I'm upset. It's more money. The price of Xbox now is how much I pay plus tax. So now with tax, it's gonna go up to like $21, $22. And then at that point, it just becomes like, is this even really worth me playing it for the amount of type of games that I've played? Like, I mean, yes, I enjoy EA games, so this is gonna like definitely take a hit because I play FIFA, I play what do you call it? Star Wars games. I love those kind of games.
I don't want to not to interrupt you, but just a quick question for you. What is and this might be for John as well, just because you mentioned that, is the EA Pass that includes those extra games already incorporated into Game Pass
now?
Only with Ultimate. It's available now.
Yes,
but only in the Ultimate tier. No other tier has EA Play already, like a part of it. Like you can subscribe to EA Play on your own. Like that's just EA's service. But it's already bundled into your Game Pass subscription if you are in the Ultimate tier.
How much is the EA?
I think it's looking at
EA Play it says Play Pro. Premium editions of the select new release games.
They even changed that because there was no Pro before. I haven't really been paying attention to Play in a minute.
If you want, the base is $5.99 a month or $48 a year, or you can do the Play Pro, which is $16.99 a month or $120 a year. And I think I guess the Play Pro gives you like unlimited access to the library versus the original one, where it's like you just get unlimited access to a certain collection. So
probably I guess the whatever's newer, you don't get it.
That's what it seems like. I'd have to look more into it. But I guess for Macky, how does that affect you? Because I feel like you play more sports games than anything. Like, do you think it's just cheaper to just rock out with EA Play alone, or still utilize Ultimate?
So like, the only reason why I would get Ultimate is mainly because of just to play online and have the opportunity. If a game came out, I'd get it. And I got Ultimate when it was like $12 a month or some shit like that. When I was like, okay, I can afford this. $20 a month, even if I could afford it, I couldn't see myself getting it. EA, even with EA Play, like FIFA's like a first week purchase for me. So I like EA, it's not gonna come out on EA Play until the following year before the next FIFA comes out. So I mean, it doesn't for me. It never made sense to have EA Play, but now it just I'd only get Game Pass Ultimate if I had the bread and if there was a game on there that I know that I want to play when it first comes out. And I didn't see the showcase, so I didn't see any games, Xbox exclusive games that are coming out day one that I would want to play. So
some interesting things. You should take a look at those trailers.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it once I get a chance. You're muted, Shawny. Oh, your mic is off. Actually,
what John said.
It in the long run, like I think if you think about it, like he would still need to pay for Game Pass Core in order to even have access to play those EA games online. So he would be paying $9.99 to Xbox and then $9.99 to EA when it's literally $19.99 to have everything just with Game Pass Ultimate. So it literally makes no sense to spread your money out that way.
Again, I wouldn't get EA Play. Like I don't see purpose. Those Star Wars games, they don't come out first day. So
yeah, they don't. You have to wait for those games.
You have to wait for them to come out to play it. Like I think the game came out last year, right?
Yeah, something like
and
that.
it just got on Game Pass a couple, like 3 months
A few
ago.
months ago, yeah, a few months ago.
So it's like I'd rather just buy the title and then pay if I'm going online, pay the $9.99 to play with my brothers on FIFA or to play niggas online on online.
I have a question because you guys saw the presentation. I didn't see it either. But when it comes to the ultimate,
Yeah.
if games are not coming out for EA in the ultimate first day, there's no point, to be honest.
Well,
There are
their
other
back
games.
catalog is really big.
I know that.
There's a
I know
lot of,
EA.
but
They
that's the
got
thing
boxing
is
games and all that bullshit. But
let me talk to you as the consumer that you actually are in this scenario. Like, you're someone that hasn't had a chance to play a lot of games that have come out over the past 5 to 7 years. You missed a lot of the last generation of gaming and stuff that was on the Xbox One and the PS4, maybe even a couple of games that were on the 360 and the PS3. I know I did. I missed a bunch of that too. The EA's collection of games is a lot of that. It's a lot of the last generation of stuff that a lot of people really enjoyed and that you definitely missed out on. And I definitely missed out on a ton of it. And it's just available for you there to play whatever looks interesting. So yeah, like the EA stuff doesn't come out day one when it comes out because they're independent. They still want your money. You know, this is just their contract with Microsoft. Like, okay, we'll bundle our service into yours, but it's not going to be like, you know, like your customers aren't going to get everything. Like, you know, there has to be some kind of distinction there. But it's, in my opinion, it's worth it to have access to everything if you have the time and you want to play a variety of things.
There.
If you're looking
Bingo.
to play a variety of stuff, the things you've never played before, genres you've never played before, you want to play a first person shooter because you're like, oh, I just want to see what the big deal is. You know, like you could jump in, you want to play an open world Assassin's Creed game, they're in there. You want to play puzzle games, they're in there. You want to play some indie games like Tunic, they're in there. You want to play Sea of Stars, it's in there. Like all those random like things that you probably wouldn't have spent $30 on because that's how much like those like smaller games usually are, like 20-30 bucks, because you pass by those like playing them just because sometimes you have like really interesting experiences. And I just feel like Xbox's library is a little bit more diverse than what Sony has on their PlayStation Plus. So I think I hope that answers your question. But I think that this might be better than what Microsoft was doing previously. And that's because what you were getting with Xbox Live was your online play and your free 3 games a month. But at least with Core, you're getting your online play because it's basically what they're doing is they changed it into Game Pass, just not the full Game Pass. So now everything is Game Pass. It's not Xbox Live. It's not any of that. It's just all Game Pass. And when you have Game Pass, you have online, and then you have a small selection of games you could play. And if you're the type of person where you mainly are paying the $9.99 just so you could play 2K online with your friends, just so you could play Call of Duty online with your friends, like you're gonna eventually look at what the hell is in the thing that you're paying for. You're gonna see what games they got. Let me just see what they're advertising to me. And you might play some of that stuff. And if that seems interesting to you, then you might be like, damn, I'm missing out because I'm not paying for the more expensive tier and I don't have all the games that I might actually want to play. So it's a great way to introduce someone to the idea of paying for the full thing without like needing to like have all the bells and whistles. If you don't play on PC, if you don't feel like cloud streaming on your phone, you don't care about games the day they come out because you're going to play them when you have time, then a lower tier might be just fine. There might not be anything wrong with that because it might just meet your needs. You might just play what's available whenever you got some time, check out some new games whenever they do show up, and keep it moving. But it really depends on what you want out of your gaming experience. And I think this kind of gives everybody a choice.
that's true.
I mean, I'm not subscribing regardless.
I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense if you're gonna play online and you want to play more video games. Like I ain't trying to pay for a lot of video games anyway. Like I don't buy a lot of video games anyway.
Yeah.
So if I'm gonna be if I'm gonna have to pay for the online, I rather just I see the possibility of me getting the ultimate just because I might want to play the EA Sports like Madden and shit. So I don't want to buy an old Madden game. But the problem with me is that I wanted to play the NCAA game, and I was thinking, because when I saw the EA shit, I was like, oh, NCAA 25 about to be on this like Game Pass, but it's not.
No,
because that's a new game.
Yep.
So I'm gonna have to pay the Sandy Beans for this new game.
If you want to play it right away, yeah.
That's the only reason I really wanted the Xbox now, so I could pay that game. To be honest, I want to be a quarterback in Oregon.
Then you gotta cough up the bread to play what you want to play. You know, like I mean, if you're gonna pay $15 a month to have standard, like I don't see the difference between like $15 and $20. Like it might as well be $20 because you're gonna pay 15 plus tax. Like Ugo had mentioned earlier, like you're gonna pay tax on top of that shit. So, like if you are practically almost paying $20 to have standard, you might as well just spend a few extra bucks and have ultimate and have access to the whole damn catalog and just play your games and be happy.
Yeah, see, for me, I think it goes back to what you were saying about like you have to have the time to actually play those games. Yes, it is true that you have a $5 difference in between 5 times 12. You're looking at about an extra $60 a year, give or take, right? Not including the taxes. But even for me, like I don't subscribe to the PlayStation Premium or the extra plans. I don't subscribe to Game Pass currently because I don't. Again, like you mentioned, for me, I don't have time to play. I mean, I have time, but I don't want to use all my time to dedicate playing all of these games to truly get my value out of this, you know? Yeah. And I also feel like when it comes to the like I said, when the showcase came on, I was interested in getting Game Passes. I'm like, oh shit, like a lot of these games they were putting, like Xbox started getting a lot of like exclusive RPGs again, and we haven't had that since the 360 days. And the games actually looked really good, and to the point where I'm like, okay, let me start looking into Game Pass and seeing when I can get it. But at the same time, I looked at it and said to myself, when do these games come out? Because if I put the money up and get it right now, and I wait until the games are closer to a range, like I think 2025 is when they're all coming out. So logically, 2025 would be the best time to get it. Getting it right now makes no sense to me. But I think again, your strong point is the same thing. Like you have to have the time, and I think people have to really sit down and weigh. Am I going to have time to play all of these games? Or like Crispin, I just want to play the new college football game. You don't need to get EA Play for that. You know, realistically, you just get the game.
Yeah, just
play your membership and rock out. And another question you have to ask yourself is: in the last year, how many games have you bought at full price? You know, because that's how I keep looking. I keep looking at. Sorry, say it again. Mike, I can hear you.
No, yeah, that's another thing. That's a very good point that I was going to bring.
You have to weigh it, because what we're looking at right now is what 20 no tax, $20 a month. Around up to 12, you're looking at 240. I don't think they have a yearly price you could pay for a discount. No. So you're looking at 240. We're gonna just put the value of a new game at 60, even though some of them go up to 70 now. So basically, in that year, there has to be, in order for me personally to justify it, you gotta have to play 4 brand new games day one out of that year to justify paying the price, at least. So let's say 5. You need to play 5 games, because if you play just 4 brand new games, you broke even. You have to play 5 or more to truly get your value at that point. Because again, you could just go down to the tier below and then just rock out with the old games, which it works out for people. They just want to play OG games.
My bad, Shawny. My bad that I'm cutting you off. But I wouldn't say if you buy 4, you broke even. Because there is no way that you broke even when I can play hundreds of games.
Yeah, but his point is that like you're not going to be able to play within that year that many games. Like if you don't buy 5 games in a year and play those games through, then paying a $20 service every single month which is $240 for the year, to play games that you may not even ever sniff. Talk about the games that you actually bought. So again, you have to make sure it makes sense for your pocket. Like again, if it makes sense for you to buy the service $240 for the year, I know, plus tax and all the other shit, but if it makes sense for you to buy the service like that and you know yourself are going to play those games, then yeah, go ahead and do it. But someone like me, where I may buy 2 games a year full price, I don't think it makes sense for me to get Ultimate. Again, it depends, because there could be a month.
Your gaming might vary.
Yeah, like there could be a month where I'm like, okay, well, this game is coming out. Like, for instance, if Sparking Zero came out day one on Xbox, best believe I'm gonna go and get that shit for that month for sure. You right on.
Bandai would never.
Of course, but I'm just saying, like, it would have to be a game that I'm interested in for me to be like.
I'll give you a perfect example. Persona 3 Reload.
Yeah.
That, for anybody who doesn't know, Persona is like a very, just for a quick history lesson, Persona is a spin-off of a game called Shin Megami Tensei, SMT. SMT was the original Pokemon game. Before Pokemon existed, SMT was the true monster catching, utilize them in battle game back in Japan before Poke came out. Persona was a spin-off, took over in North America and blew up. Persona 3 Reload is essentially a remake, remaster, like a true hybrid, because they really remastered everything to look like Persona 5, but on Persona 3. That game was a day one release on Game Pass. That would have been alone. If I could have added 3 more games to that, I would have bought Game Pass because I love Persona. I would have played it for free. I recently just got Persona while just being patient. Persona dropped to $30 2 weeks ago at GameStop. $30. I already have my membership with GameStop. Gave me another $5 reward. Had a gift card for GameStop, down $10, and then I had points from buying collectibles. I got the game for free, basically, for PlayStation. And now I'm playing it and utilizing it. That's part of the matter of your gaming might vary, because at the same time I had Stellar Blade. I paid full price for Stellar Blade and I was playing that. I also paid full price for Helldivers, but Helldivers $40. That's like my online game, then I shuffle in with my single player games. So needless to say, like, again, there are games that Game Pass have that are worthwhile, and like John said, the showcase really was a strong showcase to show you that Xbox is not playing. They're coming back hard in 2025, to the point where I say Sony needs to step it up, because there wasn't a lot that to be desired. It was a lot less to be desired.
Said nothing's coming out for the rest of this year.
Yeah, they said nothing major's coming out for this
major,
year. Maybe next year we'll see. Xbox is like, nah, like, you see what we got coming out and it's coming. So 2025, it'll be worth it to me.
Dumb question about Helldivers. Is that on Xbox?
So it's not. But the rumor, so Helldivers was made by Arrowhead, and Sony basically has exclusivity with it, so it's only on PlayStation and PC currently. But the big rumor that's going on in the community right now, everybody's losing their shits, is that it's supposed to drop on Game Pass at the end of this month. And it's supposed to be the big deal, because it would be the biggest.
We gotta play.
That would be interesting.
Facts.
And that would be very.
I like that game, and I'm not buying a PS5.
No.
Well, I just kind of like feel like if there's something that like catches your interest like that, right? Like if you're like, yo, like this Helldivers game, like if it's on Game Pass, like I need to try it and like run through it. Like one of the best things about Game Pass is like finding a series or finding a new game that you enjoy and like getting a chance to run through whatever's available for it. That's how I experienced all of Halo. So like I was really down to learn about Halo because it just reminded me a little bit of Star Wars, and there was a couple of other things in there, and I really wanted to play this game because everybody, you know, it was obviously in our top 10 list. People recognize that Combat Evolved is just a really good first person shooter, and after playing the games that they had in the Master Chief collection, which is like a remaster of all of those original Halo games. I just fell in love with the whole franchise and played through all of it. I played through all the Halo games except for those tactical games, the Halo Wars games. I played all of the Halo Wars. They look interesting, but I'm just not into that game style.
But not if you're like, I want my first person
shooter. So you know, like I just was able to plow through all of those Halo games and even Halo Infinite. And I enjoyed what I experienced, and I was only able to have that experience in the way that I did because of Game Pass, because I did not own any of those Halo games, and I had never owned an Xbox until my Xbox One. So I bring that up because
make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure you comment under so you can talk some to us.
Thank you guys for making it all the way to the end of the video. Please like this video, leave a comment down below, let us know what you thought about today's topics or discussions. Share this video with friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and that's Nerdy by Nature TV. We are changing what you believe to be nerdy. We are all nerdy, and here at Nerdy by Nature, we're showing you how easy it is to get in touch with your nerdy side. So you could listen to our podcast, that's Nerdy by Nature Podcast, on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and that's Nerdy by Nature TV on all social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, or X, whatever you prefer, and TikTok. And we're going to catch you on the next piece of content. Thank you once again.